By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap to living with more joy, purpose, and vitality, no matter your age. But first, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. In fact, some of the most fulfilling, adventurous, and impactful years of your life could still be ahead of you. Imagine waking up every morning feeling energized, excited to tackle the day, and knowing that your wisdom and experience are making a real difference in the world. That's not just a dream, it's entirely possible. And today, we're going to explore how. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s who radiates joy, stays active, and seems to have unlocked some secret to thriving? What if I told you that their secret isn't luck or genetics? It's a handful of powerful life lessons, distilled from decades of living. Here's a truth that might challenge what you've been told. Getting older doesn't mean you have to accept fatigue, loneliness, or limitations. In fact, studies show that people who embrace aging with positivity and purpose often live longer, healthier, and happier lives. So why does this matter to you? Because whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, you deserve to feel vibrant, connected, and excited about the future. Maybe you felt like society expects you to take it easy, or that your best years are behind you. But what if the opposite were true? What if this chapter could be your most rewarding yet? In this video, we'll uncover the top life lessons from the elderly, timeless wisdom that can help you boost your energy, deepen your relationships, and find renewed meaning every single day. This isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding life to your years. And here's the best part. You already have everything you need to get started. Your experiences, your resilience, and your unique perspective are your superpowers. So if you're ready to feel inspired, empowered, and excited about what's next, keep watching, because what you're about to learn could change the way you see aging forever. Now that we've set the stage for a life filled with energy and purpose, let's dive into the first life lesson from those who've lived it best. Movement is medicine. You've probably heard that staying active is important. But here's what the elders who thrive understand. It's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights unless that's what you love. It's about finding joy in motion, whether that's a daily walk in nature, dancing to your favorite oldies, or even gardening with gusto. Studies show that just 30 minutes of moderate activity a day can slash your risk of chronic disease, boost your mood, and even sharpen your mind. But here's the real secret. The happiest seniors don't exercise because they have to. They do it because it makes them feel alive. So think about it. What's one way you could move your body today that would actually bring you joy? Maybe it's stretching to classic tunes or taking a leisurely bike ride to watch the sunrise. Your body is designed to move, and every little bit counts. Next up is a lesson that might surprise you: the power of saying yes to new experiences. One of the biggest myths about aging is that it's too late to try new things. But the elders who radiate vitality disagree. Whether it's learning a language, picking up a paintbrush, or even traveling to a place they've always dreamed of, they prove that curiosity keeps you young at heart. Neuroscience backs this up. Learning new skills creates fresh neural pathways, which can help keep your brain sharp. But beyond the science, there's something magical about the confidence that comes from stepping outside your comfort zone. Imagine how you'd feel a year from now if you committed to trying just one new thing each month. Maybe a cooking class, a community volunteer role, or even writing your life story for your grandkids. The world is still full of wonders waiting for you to discover them. And let's talk about the unsung secret to longevity: connection. The healthiest seniors don't just have social circles, they have purpose-driven relationships. A groundbreaking Harvard study found that strong social ties are as crucial to longevity as not smoking, and even more important than exercise or diet. But here's the key. It's not about the number of friends you have, it's about the depth of those connections. Whether it's weekly calls with a faraway friend, joining a book club where you can debate and laugh, or simply sharing stories with a neighbor over coffee, these moments stitch meaning into our lives. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be as damaging as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. So ask yourself, who lights you up? How could you nurture those bonds this week? Because at the end of the day, it's not just about living longer, it's about living richer, surrounded by people who make your heart full. Now, let's talk about something that separates those who just age from those who truly thrive: the power of mindset. You've probably noticed that some people seem to grow more vibrant with each passing year, while others let life's challenges dim their spark. What's the difference? It often comes down to three simple but profound shifts in thinking that anyone can make, starting today. First, embrace the growth mindset. This means seeing every day as an opportunity to learn and improve, no matter your age. The most inspiring seniors don't say, "I'm too old for that," and they say, "I've never tried that before. Let's see what happens." Research from Stanford University shows that people who believe they can keep growing and adapting actually experience slower cognitive decline. Think about it. Your brain is like a muscle, and every time you challenge it with a new puzzle, conversation, or skill, you're keeping it strong. So here's your invitation. What's one small way you could stretch your mind this week? Maybe it's finally figuring out how to video call your grandkids, reading that book that's been on your shelf for years, or even just having a lively debate about current events with a friend. Every time you choose curiosity over complacency, you're investing in a sharper, more engaged future. Second, practice radical gratitude. This isn't about ignoring life's difficulties, it's about consciously focusing on what's good. Studies show that people who regularly practice gratitude sleep better, have stronger immune systems, and even experience less chronic pain. But here's how the wisest elders do it differently. They don't just count their blessings, they share them. They're the ones who send handwritten notes just because, who point out the beauty in a sunset, who make others feel appreciated. Try this simple ritual. Every morning, before you even get out of bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for, and then, sometime during the day, tell someone about one of them. When you become a source of gratitude for others, you create a ripple effect that comes back to you tenfold. Now, here's where you come in. Because wisdom grows when shared. If these ideas are resonating with you, why not join our growing community of vibrant seniors who are rewriting the rules of aging? Hit that subscribe button and click the bell, because we're just getting started. Every week we share practical tips, inspiring stories, and most importantly, we celebrate each other's victories, big and small. When you join us, you're not just watching videos, you're becoming part of a movement that believes the best is yet to come. And trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Finally, let's talk about the courage to redefine yourself. So many people reach retirement and suddenly feel adrift, as if their identity was tied to their job title. But the happiest seniors understand. This is your chance to become who you've always wanted to be. Maybe you've always been the responsible one. What if now you let yourself be playful? Maybe you were the caregiver. What if you finally prioritize your own dreams? The elders who shine brightest are those who give themselves permission to evolve. So ask yourself, if you could introduce yourself to someone new today, what parts of your personality would you want them to see? Because here's the truth. You're not done becoming. Every sunrise is a fresh chance to discover something new about yourself. Let's bring these lessons to life with stories that prove it's never too late to rewrite your story. Meet 82-year-old Martha, who took her first painting class at 75 and just hosted her first gallery show. Or 78-year-old George, who started a community garden that now feeds dozens of families in his neighborhood. These aren't extraordinary people. They're ordinary folks who made an extraordinary decision to keep showing up for life with enthusiasm and purpose. Their secret? They understand that aging isn't about loss, it's about exchange. You might trade some physical stamina for deeper patience, swap hectic schedules for richer conversations, or exchange career pressures for creative freedom. The question is, what will you gain in this chapter that you never had time for before? Consider the Japanese concept of ikigai, your reason for getting up in the morning. Researchers studying longevity hotspots found that people with strong ikigai live significantly longer with up to a 60% lower risk of cardiovascular disease. But here's what's fascinating. Your ikigai doesn't have to be grand. For some, it's baking bread for neighbors. For others, it's mentoring young professionals or keeping family traditions alive. The key is that sweet spot where what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for, even in emotional currency, all overlap. So let's get practical. Grab a pen and paper, or just pause and think about these 4 questions. What activity makes you lose track of time? What do people often thank you for? What small problem in your community bothers you? And what could you talk about for hours? Where those answers intersect might just be your fountain of youth. Now, let's talk about resilience, not just bouncing back, but bouncing forward. Neuroscience reveals that older brains are actually wired for emotional regulation and problem solving in ways younger brains aren't. Think about it. You've survived every tough day so far, and that hard-earned perspective is your superpower. When 87-year-old Eleanor lost her husband of 62 years, she didn't just grieve. She started a weekly Life Stories group at her senior center, helping others preserve their memories while healing her own heart. That's the alchemy of aging, turning life's inevitable challenges into wisdom that lights the way for others. So, reflect on this. What struggle in your past has given you unique strength? And how might sharing that story help someone facing similar waters? Speaking of sharing, let's shatter one of the most damaging myths about aging, that technology isn't for seniors. Meet 91-year-old David, who started a YouTube channel to teach woodworking and now has 150,000 subscribers. Or 73-year-old Linda, who uses FaceTime to read bedtime stories to her grandchildren across the country. The truth? Technology isn't about keeping up with the kids. It's about keeping connected to life. Whether it's mastering online grocery delivery to maintain independence, using meditation apps to reduce stress, or simply having a voice assistant remind you to take medications, these tools can be powerful allies. The learning curve might feel steep, but remember, you've adapted to countless changes throughout your life, from rotary phones to smartphones, from handwritten letters to emails. What's one tech skill that could make your life richer today? Maybe it's finally organizing your digital photos, trying an audiobook, or even joining an online class. Every new skill is another thread keeping you woven into the vibrant tapestry of modern life. As we near the end of our journey today, I want to leave you with this thought. The elders who inspire us most aren't those who've avoided life's storms. They're the ones who've learned to dance in the rain. They show us that wrinkles are just the receipts of a life fully lived, and that every gray hair represents wisdom earned. In our final segment, we'll bring all these lessons together into a powerful vision for your next chapter, one where you're not just aging, but ascending, because the world needs exactly who you are right now, not the younger version you once were, but the extraordinary person you've become. As we come to the close of our journey together, I want you to picture something extraordinary. Imagine yourself 1 year from today, healthier, happier, and more engaged with life than you've been in years. What does that version of you look like? Maybe they're tending a flourishing garden, volunteering at the local school, or finally taking that trip they always dreamed about. That person isn't some distant possibility. They're waiting for you to say yes to becoming them, starting right now. Here's the beautiful truth that the wisest elders understand. Aging isn't a sunset. It's a new horizon. Every single day, you're writing the story of this precious chapter with your choices, your attitudes, and your willingness to embrace life. The research is clear. People who view aging positively live an average of 7.5 years longer than those who dread it. But more importantly, they enjoy those extra years with more laughter, more connection, and more purpose. That's what's possible for you when you decide that your later years will be your greater years. So let's make this real. I'm not just going to leave you inspired. I'm going to give you 3 immediate actions you can take in the next 24 hours to start transforming that vision into reality. First, declare your intention. Tell one person today, whether it's a friend, family member, or even saying it to your reflection, I'm committing to making this my most vibrant year yet. Speaking it aloud makes it real. Second, schedule your joy. Right now, pull out your calendar and block time this week for something that lights you up, whether it's calling an old friend, trying a new recipe, or visiting that museum you've been meaning to see. Third, move with purpose. Before bed tonight, do just 5 minutes of gentle stretching or take a short walk around your home, because every journey begins with that first small step. This is where our time together becomes your time to shine. If this message has resonated with you, do something important right now. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family of vibrant seniors who are proving every day that life isn't about counting years, but making years count. When you join us, you're not just getting more videos, you're gaining a community that believes in you, celebrates your wins, and reminds you of your potential when life gets challenging. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, because we've got so much more inspiration coming your way, from delicious anti-inflammatory recipes to simple strength exercises you can do at home, to heartwarming stories that will remind you just how much your wisdom matters. As we say goodbye for today, I want to leave you with this thought from the legendary Maya Angelou. My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. That's exactly what I see possible for you. Your years of experience have prepared you for this moment, not to slow down, but to rise up, not to fade away, but to shine brighter. The world needs your stories, your laughter, and your hard-won wisdom now more than ever. So go out there and show them what thriving after 60 really looks like. I'll be cheering you on every step of the way, and I can't wait to hear about all the amazing things you'll do next. Until then, remember, your best years aren't behind you. They're waiting to be lived. Let's make them extraordinary.